Morning guys, it's Danny, and wanted to try and get these flowers as my backdrop today. I'm not too far away from where I filmed yesterday. Um, Lighting may not be the best. I'm kind of half lit, but um, anyhow, I thought it'd be a pretty backdrop. So today's Sunday morning. Yesterday was a very hard day. We got a lot done though. Yesterday we were able to take care of the roof on the house. And the first half of the day we were rolling really good. It was overcast and had a nice breeze, and we were able to put up the structure, the framing for the roof. And then when it came time to start doing the metal, it got really hot. We had issues with the drills, we had issues with screws, we had issues with patterning the screw pattern. And if you know what I mean, you kind of want all that to look symmetrical and like there was some thought put into what you're doing. And we had issues with that too, because it's like you couldn't step the pattern out just right, which is difficult. They also started doing the concrete. I got a video of that. I wasn't able to participate in that because it's just so heavy, and I've got a surgically repaired back, so that is just not something I'm able to do. Hate it because those guys worked really hard, but we did contract that out. So we had a guy come in, and like I said, they're doing the floor for like $30. Where we supply the material, but they're doing it. And we supplied some laborers, but I think we're paying them as well. But anyhow, we got one guy overseeing the job. And I know that you cut deals to people that you appreciate, like. We do that in the States. I know I've done that. Different people have done that. So hopefully that's what he's doing. And we're not just taking advantage of their generosity. Hopefully we're paying them something fair on what they're asking for. Towards the end of the day, it got really difficult because when you're on a build site like that, there's only so many jobs to do. And so like the last couple of hours, I was a spectator more than a participant. We had a couple of guys on the roof screwing it down. We had 2 drills. They didn't need any more than that. We had the concrete crew going. Again, I can't carry stuff like that anymore. There are some other things that needed to be done. We're going to go back to the site today and try and get this thing finished up. We got a couple of doors to make. We got a couple of, we got one window to make. And so we're going to try and get that done today. Church, we're meeting the group for church this morning over at Richard's house, the church right there. I'm looking forward to that because it's going to be all in Spanish. And just be one of those things I've not experienced yet. A total Spanish service. I think it'll be awesome. Hearing Richard speak, seeing the membership. It's encouraging to them. When Richard came to the States a few years ago during Christmas time, he and his family, and it was just super encouraging to us. That somebody would travel so far to be with us there in Smyrna, where I go to church, and I hope they have the same sensation that people traveled a long way to come and be with them, worship with them. So hopefully that's uplifting to them. I know it'll be uplifting to me, and I'm looking forward to my wife and daughter experiencing that too. So we also, after church today, we're going to get to go out in the market, which I'm really looking forward to. Picking some things up for my kids, my in-laws, my parents, maybe seeing if we can't find some local fare. We've got some Honduran money to spend, and we're going to try and spend it here. Help out some of the vendors and things, and I'm looking forward to that. And as I said, I'm still trying to get someone to sit down and explain to me the why and the where that we're building this house. I'd kind of like to get that on camera so we can figure that out. Maybe I can get Greg to do that later on. It's been difficult. It's like I said, once we hit the site, man, we just jump in with both feet. really impressed with the amount of work that we're getting done. There's a however to that, and the however to that is the quality of the work we're doing. It would not really pass in the States. It is due to a couple of things that we can't control. The lumber that we're using here is all different shapes. It's all different sizes. It's all different lengths. And when you're dealing with skill saws and chainsaws and things like that, we don't have table saws where we can rip boards and make them the exact size. And so when we use 2x4s for rafters, some of them are varying thicknesses, which cause wave, in the roof. Like I said, we've got a couple drills that we're screwing the roof down with. One of the drills, you hit it and it just keeps going. It's got something wrong with the trigger mechanism in it. And so our guys are having to drill it down and then pull it off the screw head when it gets to the right point, as opposed to just cinching it up. And it's very difficult to make that look right without cinching the roof down too much. The spacing that we did on the roof looked pretty good, but it wasn't perfect. And so we did have to cut a piece of metal and stick it in there to like bridge the gap between our roofing tin. And that's okay. I mean, you're adding material all the time, but we just, I don't know, we're used to certain standards now. The lady, as they were doing the floor last night, the lady who was getting the house came out, looked at it, and I could just see that in her eyes. She was just happy, I mean, we're giving her a house. How could you be upset with someone giving you a house? It's an 18 by 18, so, with a roof, 2 doors, a window, and it's got just a breathtaking view. She's going to be able to see the whole town of Bohonona, it seems like. So, anyhow, glad to be a part of this. It's tough, man. My elbows hurt, back hurts. I'm sunburned. Walking up that hill every day with tools is tough, and then you work really hard, and you get to the end of the day, and you got to carry all that stuff right back down the hill to the truck, and it is extremely difficult. And yesterday was a super long day. It was, like I've said in other videos, it was harder than it should have been, but still worth it. It's still so worth it. I had to walk at one point to meet a guy bringing screws to us. Greg actually was bringing screws to us in our van instead of with the truck. And I interacted with 2 different people as I walked. And it's tough being here and not being able to speak Spanish. Because the people are hospitable. They want to talk to you, see if you need any help. And I could not communicate. One was a nice lady came out, older lady came out from her house. I was standing on the corner waiting for Greg to show up with the screws, and she tried to talk to me to see if I needed any help or anything, and I could not communicate. And we talked for a minute, me saying no comprende and no habla español and all that, and eventually she, I guess, got it and just politely said bye and then went back to her house. And another one was a little girl. As I was walking further to try and meet up with Greg, interacted with her. She kept asking questions and, I don't know, making suggestions. I'm not sure, but eventually she eased on too, and then I kept walking and wound up meeting the van, and then I had to carry like a 15, 20 pound thing of screws up a hill, and that one about did me in two. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to finishing that project. And I'm going to show the grounds again because we've done some painting there. They painted the front of the church yesterday. They painted another one of the buildings. It's just really pretty. It looks really nice. So anyhow, I'll try and get some of that later today. Like I said, at some point I've got to sit down with someone to kind of sit down and explain to us what's going on. And we're going to go out to eat today. After church, hit the market. Maybe I'll film some of that. That'll be pretty neat. But I guess that's going to be it for right now. We're about to go eat breakfast before the service. I'm gonna walk around and look at some more of these flowers and watch the hummingbirds for a minute. I miss my kids, my younger two. I miss my home. I miss my pillow. I miss my bed, but I'm alright. We're alright. So, I guess I'm gonna sign off now, and we'll make another video here in just a little bit. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I've given the name of the channel to one of the kids here in Honduras, and she's gonna check it out. So I told her that I'll have these videos posted, and maybe we'll start getting some Honduran followers. We'll see. It'd be pretty neat. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart for supporting this channel, and for tuning in, and hopefully we can keep these videos coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.